Hello, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I'd like to talk about some of the pitfalls of manifestations and some of the mistakes that I made when I first started, and hopefully that these will help you get past those as well. So I think the best way for me to do that would be to explain the process of manifesting, explain how it works, and then as I'm going through that, point out the mistakes that people generally make, including myself in the beginning, so that you can get through this. So the process of creation goes as follows. We manifest through the subconscious mind. The things that we impress on the subconscious mind are manifested on the screen of space. So in another way put, the things that we allow to be impressed on the subconscious mind are literally copied exactly in this world. So we have always been doing this from since we were born until now. The only thing is that the human mind has a very short-term memory. If I gave you 5 names right now, and then at the end of this video asked you to repeat those different names, you would have already forgotten them. So there is a gestation period between the time that you imagine something and the time that it manifests. So it's not instant. And the reason that people don't know that they're manifesting is because they forgot the thought that manifests. But as you continue in manifesting, you will naturally begin to observe your thoughts more closely and also observe this world, and you will definitely be able to find the thoughts that created the thing in this world. So as I said before, the subconscious mind is the thing that is impressed upon and then creates the thing that we experience in this world. And this is done through the medium of feeling. So any thought, any imaginal act, which is just an imaginal scene, any inner conversation, any mood, these all can be attached to feelings, and when we allow them to impress upon the subconscious mind through feeling or through dwelling upon a thing and contemplating a thing, we are impregnating the subconscious, and it will be manifested and copied to almost its exact likeness on the screen of space in this world around us. So yesterday was very similar to the day before, and so on and so forth, because we're always impressing the subconscious mind with similar things. But when we modify the things that we allow into our mind, into our consciousness, the things that we imagine, when we modify that and control that, we then are controlling the things which are impressed upon the subconscious mind, and we will express them on the screen of space. So now when it comes to explicitly how to manifest, the way that works sometimes best, the way that I use most, is by imagining explicitly. So when you imagine something explicitly, it impresses and we create it. But this process is sometimes it's sometimes confusing. And like I said, I spent a lot of time helping clients in identifying exactly the things that may be mistakes, and then a simple tweak or change generally manifests a huge difference in their world. So when it comes to imagining, the first thing is to define the goal. And this is very important because we want to know what we want so that when we start imagining, when we shut off the senses, we can know exactly what we want and we don't wander around in our mind. But keep in mind now, when we outline a scene, we want to make it embody the end. And this is a very critical distinction that is the difference of success and failure. This is the most common that I help people with, because generally what they're doing is imagining something that's not the end, something before the end result. So the reason that the end is so important is because, like I said, it's going to be copied in this world. So what we want to do, and then the thing is that God will find the easiest, softest way to get to the thing that you've imagined. So being that it's copied, we only want to imagine the end. Because if we imagine the end, that is what's going to be copied. We want to imagine already having received the money, already having received our wedding ring, being married, happiness, peace, a vacation, as if it's already done. We choose that, we outline that, and then we construct a scene based on that. That end is so important. So if you're having trouble seeing your manifestations in general, like either with affirmations, like people saying, for instance, I recommend that everyone write a list of 5, 10, 15, 20 different things every single day without really thinking too much about them. Just kind of stream of consciousness writing, and then close the book and put it away, right? So when I tell people this, I say, I receive a free cup of coffee. An old friend messages me, right? If you notice here, I'm not saying I want an old friend to message me. I'm not saying I want a free coffee, because since it's copied exactly the way that we impress on the subconscious mind, if I said I want this, then I'm copying that want. So I'm creating more want. And that is no indication of the end. It just creates more want. So write it as if it's already done. Write it as if it's already done. This one single thing has changed more lives of the people that I've spoken to than anything else that I've told anyone to do. Seriously. So make sure you're always imagining if it's already done. Another thing that I want to talk about is after that. So we condense the scene, and then what we want to do is take time to shut off the senses so that we can be present in this moment right now. So presence is important, because that shuts off the rest of the world, right? That shuts off anything else, the logic, the doubt, anything that's screaming at you that it doesn't work, or that it's not going to work, or that how is this possible. So we want to be present in the moment, and then in our imagination we want to bring the scene in there after we are present, and then become present in the scene as well. So we're present here and then present in the scene from which we are thinking from. And this brings to the next distinction, the next thing that I find people and myself in the past had made mistakes the most in. And that is imagining in first person and thinking from the scene, not of the scene, not watching as a movie, being in it myself and looking through my own eyes. And again, the reason for this is quite clear if you go back to the original statement, which is that the subconscious mind creates exactly the thing that we impress upon it. So if I am viewing things from my own eyes, looking at my own hands, receiving the thing that I want, or doing the thing that I want, that is going to be copied exactly, and I will be moved automatically to do the thing that I've imagined. So if it was to get a raise at work, shaking the hand after I've done it, that would mean that I would have to literally act out that scene and then shake someone's hand and accept the congratulations. But now if I was watching this as if someone else, like for instance watching myself do it, I will then see someone else acting out the same thing because it's copied exactly. So it's very important to think from the scene and not of the scene. This, like I said, this is the difference between success and failure. I've talked to a lot of people, and this is including myself, for the first couple of years I was doing this, and my manifestations would come sometimes, other times other people would get it. I talked to one man once who imagined that he was witnessing him and the girl that he loved driving in a car together, married, going somewhere in a convertible. The exact picture was posted on her Instagram. She got married that day, and she was in a convertible with another person driving down the highway. So again, extremely important to think from the scene, because that exactly is copied, right? If you bring this back to the fundamentals, it's if you think of it as if whatever I'm allowing in here is being created, then you'll know that it must be from first person point of view. The next thing I want to talk about is feeling the feeling of the wish fulfilled, because feeling is the secret. Feeling is the thing that creates. So one of the things taught, and like I said, I made this mistake for years, was that I had to feel excited. Like excitement or happiness, I was told, is the thing that manifests. But here's the thing. When I first started, I was the most miserable person you would have ever met in your life. And I was still manifesting for years and years and years, right? Because I didn't ever ask for happiness. I never thought from happiness. I didn't know what happiness was, so I was never happy. I just didn't know it. It was only later when life started to get good that I thought, maybe I should manifest happiness. And then I did, and now I'm super happy. But it's not essential to manifesting. We have always manifested. We always will. So it's important that we, instead of just feeling happy or excited, when we go into the scene, when we construct a scene that implies that we are the person that we want to be, then we want to enter into that scene in first person. We want to pretend that we are in that scene. And if we're pretending in that scene, then we're going to catch the mood of being in that scene. That doesn't say that it's happy or excited. If I was to desire to be on a vacation, I probably maybe be excited for a minute, but I would just be content and maybe feeling adventurous, and then feeling the sand under my feet on the beach, feeling the sun on me, talking to people, hearing their voices, hearing the sound of the ocean. That is the feelings. We're talking about the senses, right? The sensory vividness. And then the emotion attached to it should only be that of what you would actually be experiencing if you were in there. So that's catching the mood of being there, not happiness or excitement, right? That may be included in there though, right? Happiness and excitement may be included in there, but we're always manifesting. We are always manifesting no matter what. So we don't need to match something. We don't need to always keep happiness. I've proven that, right? So what I'm telling you right now isn't from book. I'm not reading books and then giving you this information. I'm not taking book reports. I'm not just listening to what someone says and reiterating it back to you. This is through trial and error for about 8 years, obsessively, right? I obsessively learned. That's just my personality type. So this is what actually works. So I can almost guarantee that if you make these simple changes, then you will have profound effects. So that's about it for this video. If you like this, please like it, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon. My website is sovereignmind.com, and for coaching, it's josephalai.com. Thank you for watching.